everybody. Today we're going to do a hip opening, kind of a creative sequence. So it's really going to activate the glutes and the hips and the lower back. So we're going to start by doing a little bit of some static stretches, move into dynamic, and then move it back to our static stretches at the end. This is really going to help for the people that sit all day long, or if you feel like you've been cooped up in your house and I've just been watching Netflix all day. This is a great sequence to really open up those hips and get those body parts moving. We typically walk around all day and we don't really get those hips moving like we should. So let's go ahead, roll back those shoulders. We'll start in our easy pose and we're going to engage that deeper breathing. So we're going to close the eyes, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. As we inhale, I want you to imagine an inhaling positivity. As we exhale, we're exhaling our negativity, stresses, and problems away. Go ahead and inhale. Try and get that deeper inhale through the pit of the stomach. You really want to engage the stomach here. As you exhale, you feel the stomach fall back into the spine. Inhale again. Go ahead and keep doing that deeper breath. And from here, we're going to go ahead and keep those eyes closed, bring the knees to the chest, and slowly roll back onto our spine. We're going to bring the knees to the chest even deeper and rock side to side in a circle, allowing that mind to wander while keeping the body engaged. Start to let your breathing go steady. From here, we're going to do a little ab work. So go ahead and open up the eyes. Bring your head up off of the mat. Bring the shoulders up. And we're going to bring our right knee to our chest and extend the left leg. Engage the core. You really want your core to be tight. So inhale. You can have the palms facing up, down, towards the body, whatever is comfortable for you. Just make sure you're engaging those abs. Breathe through the pose. Don't hold your breath. Let's switch. Right leg extends, left knee to the chest. Still engaging those abs. Don't let yourself fall into the mat, keeping those shoulders up. And exhale, bringing the knees back to the chest. We're going to place our right ankle onto our left thigh, flexing that right foot. And then we're going to go ahead and reach through and grab that left shin or the left thigh and come to our figure four position. And from here, let's go ahead and roll that left ankle, activate those muscles. Go ahead and switch. Release that right leg. Bring the left foot, flex it on top of that right thigh, and then go ahead and reach through, grabbing that right shin or that right thigh. And go ahead and roll out that right ankle. and unwind, bringing the knees back to the chest. And we're going to engage our abs a little bit here by rolling ourselves up, using our momentum to come to a seated position with our feet on the mat and our knees bent. We're going to roll back those shoulders, come to that tall posture. And we're going to bring our hands either to the sides of the mat or facing towards our bottom. So whatever is more comfortable for you, but we're going to raise up, keeping those arms in, and we're just going to engage the glutes here and extend up into our reverse tabletop. Now I know it can get kind of weird with the neck here, so go ahead and just allow it to be in line with the spine. Think of your neck as an extension off of the back onto the spine. You want most of the times for the neck and back to be in alignment. And exhale, go ahead, come back down to the mat. And we're going to go ahead and do a big hip opening pose right here. We're going to come out and bring our legs out. Now this will change as you figure out what works best for you. But for now, we're just going to come out, bring our feet out to kind of a V position, keeping those knees bent. And we're going to twist the legs in one direction, bending the knees at a 90-degree angle. It's important to get those knees 90 degrees because that's how you're going to get the most of the pose, keeping the feet flexed as well. So go ahead and try on both sides, readjusting your body as you need to, really giving those hips a good dynamic stretch here. Now, if you feel like you are floating off of the mat a little bit, that's okay. Go ahead and make some fists behind you or use your palms to really sink down into the ground so you don't float off the mat. A couple more each side. I really like to spend a lot of time on the hips because I feel like a lot of people don't activate those muscles on a daily basis because of the amount of sitting that we do. I know for me, I do a lot of working and sitting, so I don't really get a good stretch in those hips as much as I probably should. Let's go ahead and bring it back to the center. Let's go ahead and bring ourselves back to our easy pose. And go ahead and place those hands in a comfortable spot, rolling back those shoulders, coming to that tall posture. If you feel like you're struggling with that tall posture, you can always make some fists behind you to bring your shoulders up so you don't feel like you're hunching over. So go ahead, bring yourself to that taller posture. And we're going to roll the neck in one direction. As always, being mindful of how we feel today. If we have any tighter places, if our neck feels stiff, where it feels stiff, let's go ahead and roll our neck in the opposite direction. It's okay to check your posture every once in a while. Breathing through this pose. Maybe finding a regular breath, like exhaling as you let your head fall forward, inhaling as it rolls back. Let's go ahead and roll out any of those tight places or stiff spots that you felt in your neck. Go ahead and roll those out by either rolling your head side to side, maybe hanging the head forward, rocking it to the right and the left. Be careful and be mindful. Don't stretch too far. Just enough to get yourself more flexible in the neck, feeling not so tense. Great, now let's go ahead and move to our tabletop position. Swing those legs underneath you. You want your shoulders over wrists for now. You want to make sure that we have those spider hands, making sure that our 5 fingers are on the mat and engaged. We want those fingertips to be fully engaged here and having that little spot in the palm where you feel like you can just push off. So go ahead and make sure that those wrists are in line with those knees. And then we're going to go ahead and walk the hands out just a little farther, like a hand's distance apart from where we originally started. Go ahead and engage the core here. And as we inhale, we're going to rock our hips to the side and then roll them forward. And as we exhale, we're going to roll ourselves back. Go ahead and take this nice, slow, and controlled inhaling as you come forward, extending the body, and then exhaling as you roll to that other side in a circle. Really getting a full body stretch here, engaging the shoulders and the hips, as well as the lower body and abs. Go ahead and do the other side, rolling in the opposite direction. Again, exhaling as you roll back, inhaling as the body moves forward. Really feeling that long child's pose every time you lean back. Let's go ahead and bring it to that child's pose. We're going to finish here and just bring out those arms nice and long, maybe placing the head on the mat. Really just stretch out those arms. Let's go ahead and bring it up on those hands. We're going to flip over our toes, making sure that our knees are in line with our hips. That's pretty important here. So go ahead and flip under those toes and sit back onto our heels. This pose may be a little uncomfortable, and it is for most people. It's even uncomfortable for me some days. But it's really important because the feet are the base of the body. We use them every day of our life, and it's important to make sure that we're working them and we're using them and we're being conscious of how they feel, and making sure that we don't get any tensions or tight places. I know without these type of stretches, I can get tendonitis, and it's been awful in the past, but this stretch has really helped me make sure that I keep my shins and my toes and everything just in a good working mobility position. Okay, so let's go ahead, walk out those hands, keep those toes flipped under, and we'll come to our down dog position. Let's pedal out those feet, really working those toes and the ankles, taking it nice and slow. You don't want anything too fast. Let's slowly walk the feet to the hands, softening those knees as we get to the hands. And we're slowly going to halfway lift our way up into our tall mountain. So we're here, we're trying to touch the ground. If not, you can always use a block or something to make sure that you're bringing the ground closer to you. First, we're going to inhale, and we're going to come to a parallel spine to the ground. You want to make sure that you're not hunched over, that your spine is parallel. We're going to inhale just a little bit, coming up, and then exhale, fall deeper into that forward fold. And we're going to do that again. Go ahead and inhale a little higher this time. And exhale, come back down to the ground. Now, if you're having problems thinking that you're hunching over, you can always grab the hips. And as you inhale, feel that spine being parallel with the ground. And exhale, come back down and reach for the ground. One last time, let's go ahead, soften those knees a little more. Inhale, reverse swan dive the arms up. Inhale at the top, really stretch out the body. Exhale, let's go ahead and reach for the sky behind us in our extended mountain pose. And exhale, swan dive the arms back down to the ground. And we're going to keep our left foot forward, right foot back. Low lunge. Now you want this to be a stable low lunge, and it's important to remember in a low lunge, you don't want your feet to be in line with each other. You want them to be on opposite sides of the body because that's how they are naturally. So we're going to go ahead here, find that place where you feel the most balanced on the mat before we go up to any standing positions. It's important to make sure that your knee doesn't pass your toes, and that you're breathing through every position and pose. Let's go ahead and inhale, bring up the arms, spread them out into our low lunge. We're going to sweep our right arm around and open up with our left into more of a balancing position. Engage the core here for balance. And we're going to turn that outside thigh. Breathing through the pose here, keeping our balance. And exhale. Let's go ahead, sweep those arms around to our warrior two. In our warrior two, it's important to keep our back foot parallel to the back of the mat and that we make sure that our knee is still bent at that 90-degree angle. We're going to go ahead and inhale the arms up and exhale them through. Inhale up, exhale, hands to heart center. And another one, inhale up. Exhale the hands back to heart center. So now we're going to go ahead and turn in both feet parallel to the sides of the mat. And we're going to turn them out just a little bit to the corners of the mat. And we're going to inhale the arms up and then slowly come down, engage the hips, exhale into our side lunge. Go ahead and do a couple each side. Inhale up, exhale, bend at the waist, and do the other side. Engage the glute muscles, making sure the knee doesn't pass the toes again. Exhale as we bring the hearts, hands to heart center. And another one, the other side. And last one. All right, and we're going to go ahead, bring it back to the middle. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, reach forward into our straddles pose. Go ahead and maybe move those feet parallel to the sides of the mat. And just stretch here for a minute. Doesn't need anything to be deep, just enough to where you feel a nice stretch in those hamstrings. And we'll go ahead and move back to our lower lunge with that left foot forward. And go ahead and place that right knee back onto the mat, flipping over those toes, and find that deeper lunge here. Again, making sure that your knee is not in line with your foot. You want to make sure that they are on opposite sides, kind of splitting that tightrope down the middle of your mat. Go ahead, flip under that right foot, bring that left foot back to our low lunge, pedal out those feet again in our down dog position. Let's go ahead and step our right foot forward, left foot back. Low lunge. Again, finding that steady low lunge, making sure that those feet are not in line with each other and that your knee doesn't pass your toes. Then go ahead and open up to the inner parts of the thigh. And then exhale, go ahead, sweep the arms around to the outer part for our twist, engaging the core for that stability and balance. Breathing through the pose. And exhale, go ahead, sweep those arms around. Bring that back foot parallel to the back of the mat, keeping that front knee bent 90 degrees, and coming to our warrior two position. And again, we're gonna inhale the arms up, exhale the hands back to heart center. Do it a couple of times, inhale, exhale. Maybe closing the eyes. Balance is always harder with the eyes closed. And let's go ahead, bring the feet parallel to the sides of the mat. And then you're gonna go ahead, come to a squat position, but a plie squat. So we're gonna maybe bring in the feet just a little bit farther than hip distance apart. And we're gonna have the feet kind of pointed out towards the sides of the mat. And again, we're gonna inhale the arms up, exhale to heart center, squat down, engage those leg muscles, and back up. I like to call these our plie moonflowers. Keeping that deeper breathing, exhale with the arms down. Inhaling as you raise the arms up. And last one. Inhale those arms up. And let's exhale, come back down to our mat. With that right leg forward, go ahead and lower that left knee down into that lower lunge and get a full stretch you've been looking for. And from here, we're gonna flip over that back foot and come to our plank position. Shoulders over wrists. Feet are about hip distance apart. We're gonna inhale and exhale, chaturanga, bringing yourself down. Inhaling for our up dog. Exhaling, flipping over those feet for our down dog. Pedaling out those feet once again, maybe catching our breath. Let's extend our left leg into our three-legged down dog, really pushing up that left leg. And exhale, place that left foot in between the hands again for that low lunge. But this low lunge is a little different. We're gonna be using this lunge as a spring. So make sure that you're not too far apart that you're getting a huge stretch, but that you're nice and balanced and you're ready for the next pose. So find that footing, making sure those feet are not in line. And on our next inhale, go ahead and lift up, bring yourself to your warrior three. Now you can grab the ground if you're a beginner, but if you're more advanced, you can bring the hands up, making sure that the hips are parallel with the ground. Bringing the hands up and find your balance, keeping that back foot flexed, keeping that knee and the tall legs soft. Breathing through the pose. And exhale. Go ahead, find your warrior one with your back foot facing towards the top of the mat and that front leg bent at 90 degrees. We're going to inhale the arms up and breathe through this pose. Maybe exhale and bind this position by interlacing the fingers, stretching that chest open towards the ceiling. And exhale. Those arms back down to our plank position. moving the feet back. And we're going to inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale for the up dog or our cobra position. And then go ahead, flip under those feet. Exhale for our down dog. Maybe pedal out those feet or catch your breath. Let's go ahead and do the other side. Push that right leg up into the air for a three-legged down dog. And exhale, go ahead, place that right foot in between the hands for our low lunge. And remembering this is our spring lunge, so maybe bring in that back foot a little bit so you're more balanced and steady for the next pose. Maybe catch your breath here. And when you're ready, go ahead, bring yourself up to our warrior three, either grabbing the mat or bringing your hands to heart center, making sure that our hips are parallel with the ground, flexing that back foot, putting a little bend in that leg, holding us up. It's okay if you get off balance. Exhale, go ahead, find your warrior one, making sure that back foot is facing towards the top of the mat and that you bring that front knee at 90 degrees, inhaling the arms up, catching your breath. And go ahead and maybe bind this warrior one if you so choose. Exhale, bring those arms back up and down to the mat into our plank position, bringing those feet back. We're going to vinyasa through again. So go ahead, find your position. Inhale and exhale, chaturanga. Inhale for the up dog. And exhale for the down dog. Again, pedaling out those feet, finding your breath. And we're going to go ahead and bring the right knee to our chest and slowly place it down on the mat. And then let our left leg come down to the mat. We're going to open up this position. Now, normally a pigeon position is with that foot turned, with the back foot turned over. But this time we're going to actually open it up. So open it up to the sides of your mat. Bring that right leg to a comfortable position, either at a 90, a 45, whatever works for you. And we're going to do an open pigeon. So we're going to inhale the arms up and exhale them to heart center. And then slowly turn down to that right leg. Inhale, go ahead, bring yourself back up to the center. Find yourself back into that plank position, and we'll do another vinyasa flow through. So inhale and exhale, bringing down our chaturanga, inhaling for our up dog, exhaling, bringing that butt up to our down dog. Again, catching your breath, maybe pedaling out those feet. Let's go ahead and do the other side. So go ahead, bring that left knee to the chest, slowly setting it down, letting your right leg open to the sides of the mat, finding that comfortable position for that left leg in whatever degree is best for you. And again, opening up the arms, bringing them to heart center, and go ahead, exhale, fall into that open pigeon position. Go ahead and raise the body back up and come to our half straddles position. We're going to go ahead and roll back those shoulders, come to that tall posture, flexing that left foot. Going to keep that other right foot flexed as well for now. And then we're going to go ahead and inhale the arms up. Exhale, go ahead and fall forward and try and keep that back straight. Try to keep yourself from hunching over, but try and keep that back as flat as possible as you reach forward. If you feel the need to point that toe because it's become a little too much strain, that's okay, you can do that. But if you'd like to keep it flexed and keep that hamstring muscle engaged, you can as well. As always, for breathing through this pose, maybe starting to close the eyes, allowing the body to relax a little more. Let's go ahead, inchworm those hands forward. And we'll bring in, slowly grabbing the underside of that right knee and bringing it to the center. And then go ahead and extend that left leg, flexing that right foot in the center of our body. And then here we're going to also flex that left foot for now. And then we're going to inhale the arms up. Exhale, go ahead and fall forward. And like I said before, if you want to go ahead and point that toe that you feel the need to, you always can as well. Just make sure that that right foot is flexed. It saves your knees. Go ahead and inchworm those hands forward again. And this time, instead of bringing in this left leg, we're going to bring out the right leg to our seated straddles position. I encourage you to keep the feet flexed in this position for now as well. And then we're going to go ahead and roll back those shoulders, come to that tall posture here. And inhale the arms up. And as you exhale, I want you to reach for that wall in front of you. And slowly bring yourself down to the ground. And then as you feel the need to point those toes or just to relax the feet, go ahead and do so. And just go ahead and find that deeper stretch. Try and keep that back parallel to the floor. You don't really want to hunch over. You don't get as much out of the pose. You should feel a deeper stretch in those inner thighs. And if you feel any stress in the knees, go ahead and walk those hands forward a little bit. You don't want to injure yourself by overstretching. Breathing through this pose. If you'd like to be a little advanced, you can go ahead and flex those feet. Bring out the chest in front of you and then slowly bend forward. Now, keeping that back flat with the floor. You don't want to bend the back and you don't want to have a hunch in your back. You just want to be flat if you're looking for a little bit of a challenge. Now let's go ahead, walk those hands back towards our body. And we slowly want to grab the underside of our knees, bringing them into our butterfly position. We're going to go ahead, roll back those shoulders, kind of that tall posture. Just allowing ourselves a moment to breathe and catch our breath, and for our legs to relax, maybe fluttering the legs a little bit to get them more loosened up out of that last straddles position. We're going to inhale the arms up parallel with the ground and slowly exhale as we roll back onto the spine, allowing our body to fall into the ground. Then go ahead and extend those arms above your head. Maybe closing the eyes. Feeling that nice stretch in the lower back and in those inner thighs again. Really opening up the hips here. Go ahead and place the arms next to our body, bringing the knees together and the feet onto the mat. We want our legs to be hip distance apart and our feet at a good distance from our body. We're going to go ahead and roll under our hips so that our lower back is placed on the mat. And we're going to inhale from the bottom of our spine to the top, bringing ourselves up to our bridge pose. And as we exhale, rolling from the top of the spine down to the bottom. And then another one, inhaling. As we bring our body up towards the ceiling, exhale as we roll down each part of the spine. And last one, inhale. Engage those glutes at the top and exhale the body down. So in this next pose, we're going to bring our right foot on top of our left knee. And we're going to open up our arms into a T position and then slowly let both legs fall to our right side. This is a really great stretch for the sides of our obliques and for our sides of our legs. It's a really great stretch that not a lot of people get very often. It's a great stretch to do every day. You've been working out a lot. Breathing through this pose. Maybe start to close the eyes and relax the body a little more. Being mindful of how our body feels. Exhale, bring the feet back to the center. And we're going to place that left kind of heel onto that right thigh and then slowly shift the legs to that left side, keeping those arms open at that T position, keeping the shoulders grounded into the mat. Again, closing those eyes. Go ahead and release, bringing those feet back to the mat, positioning those arms in a comfortable position next to you. Let's go ahead and extend the legs. Allow your body to adjust and fall accordingly to how we feel. Let's close the eyes and breathe deeply together. Inhaling and exhaling. As we inhale, bringing in positivity, relaxation into the body. As we exhale, releasing all of our stresses and problems from the day, taking it away from our body. And on the next deep inhale, really try and grab a little bit more oxygen this time. And then exhale deeply, all of that air away. And just allow your breathing to go steady after that exhale. Inhaling a little through the nose, exhaling. Allow your body to fall where it's comfortable. And clench your teeth. Relax your face muscles. And give your body this time to relax. ankles and our wrists, bending our knees and our elbows. Start to rock the hips and the shoulders. Let's go ahead and deep inhale. And exhale, bringing the energy back to our core. We're going to end how we began this sequence by bringing the knees to the chest, rocking back and forth or in a circle, keeping those eyes closed. From here, we're going to use our momentum, keeping those eyes closed, rocking up to our seated position with our knees at our chest still and our feet planted with our body rolled up. We're going to go ahead, wrap the arms around our knees, hugging ourselves for a little second of self-love and appreciation for everything that we can do and accomplish. Let's exhale. Go ahead. Find yourself back in your easy pose. Rolling back those shoulders, maybe keeping those eyes closed. Inhaling the arms up, bringing the hands together, palm to palm and finger to finger. And as you exhale, bring those hands down to heart center. And always remember, yoga is the journey of the self, through the self, and to the self. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me today, and I hope to see you next time.